What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hey, let's roll in with the credits. Bang, bang.
Woke up naked, cradled in a fifth of beam. Breast stinking, so I'm taking shots of Listerine. Trying to make it, so I bought a pair of skinny jeans. Such a pretty little thing, trying to fit my city scene. Hear your sister scream, coming from your parents' room. I'm there naked, wearing nothing but a pair of boots and a parachute, screaming out Geronimo. She got an ass like a Tijuana donkey show. This is rock and roll, I got the city with me. Making millions off the children, it's a pretty penny. And she got grizzly titties, I'm talking bare breasts. My teeth are jagged, easier to tear flesh. You can care less, well Billy cares lesser. And the pussy's on wax like a Brazilian hairdresser. Yeah, I rap, but chameleonaire's better. Now I'm losing my religion for some billionaire's pleasure. I'm on the case, man, here I come. Dum dum, dum 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 dum. If I could chase with a bottle of rum. Dum dum, dum 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 dum. Bang the bass till your face go numb. Dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Everybody in the place go dumb. Dum 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 dum. Too many rappers, not enough physicists. Y'all some princesses, go on and catch syphilis. Fuck your frigidness, this is frigid time. Life is a race, you won't even see the finish line. And the biggest crime is I ain't even rich yet. So if you're rich, you fucking bitch, write a big check. Get your lips wet, pucker up, spin the bottle. You feeling lucky, punk, do ya? Then win the lotto. What's my motto? Get laid and get pesos. At that taco truck, giving senoritas pesos. Abe Seche, J-A-F-A. Big boss so swass, they call me Hefe. Flow so breathy, I'll probably have a heart attack. Cops like you're under arrest, cardiac. Where's the party at? That's a trick question. It's wherever we be, but we keeps the tricks guessing. I'm on the case, man, here I come. Dum dum, dum 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 dum. If I could chase with a bottle of rum. Dum dum, dum 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 dum. Bang the bass till your face go numb. Dum dum, dum 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 dum. Everybody in the place go dumb. Dum dum, dum 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 dum. Dum dum, dum dum.
DOMBIESTRESSIN funded $19.99. Keela went to Israel when she got preggo, so Ethan got drunk and acted the fool because she was getting railed by an Israeli.
That's not true, right? You're joking, right? That can't be true. Y'all remember? Zombie Stress, you gotta be trolling, man. You gotta be trolling. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the dono. Appreciate all trolling and or news in the form of donations. It's fine to just say stuff for free in the chat, but when you pay to say it, I listen at least 3 times as hard. And some people like it 3 times as hard. Oh my gosh, Becky, look at her butt. So, Trish Paytas announced this morning. Let's see if I can pull up a little 2D on the screen. Let me see what's this. Breaking news. Trish Paytas announces that she is parting ways with the Frenemies podcast that she co-hosted with H3H3 Productions. I don't know if you guys watch Frenemies. I think Trish as like a I want to say like a persona. As a persona, I think Trish is amazing. She cracks me up. She is one of my favorite people to watch. I don't. My mic is too hot. Yeah, I see that right now. I'm gonna turn that down quite a bit. Hello. Damn. Why was it like that? I got a $600 mic. Mic is way too loud. I don't know how it got so loud. Something must have happened in an update. Sorry, guys, about the audio Ooh, it was way red, dude. It was way red. Yow. It's better now, right? We're good now. I I don't know if Roadcaster got an update. Barbie, thank you for the money. You say make it louder. Zombie stressing. I'm not even mad at that. I'll go all the way up to infinity. Come anus. Thank you, Barbie Fanny Candy, for that. Beautiful, beautiful word from our sponsors. You guys are the sponsors. So many words you throw at the screen, money wise, you become the actual legal representation of what a sponsor would be. I might even have to change the screen to sponsorship and then like you. That's simple. But yeah, Trish Paytas left the damn Frenemies podcast. If I pull open the little 2D screen here, get over in here. God, she's beautiful. She is like one of my favorite people. One day she was trending on Twitter because she like was promoting her OnlyFans, and she posted a picture of her butthole, and there was like toilet paper shrapnel in the HD photograph of her butthole. I was like, that. Did she do that on purpose? Is she that big of a genius? Is she like that intelligent where she's like, all right, we're going to have to place a little speck of TP down in here before I post this? I have seen so many girls who are influencers, and they'll sit there on their phones, okay? They'll sit on their phones and they will take a picture that looks fine, looks just fine, and they will edit it for like an hour before they upload it to the Instagram. And you're telling me Trish Paytas just dropped a damn butthole pic with toilet paper shrapnel in it, and nobody on the team was like, oh, you might want to clean that up. She's like, no, trust me. The internet's going to see this, and they won't shut up about it. And there's tons of people who probably join the OnlyFans just for that butthole. That's how it goes. That's literally how interesting fans are. I say interesting because I don't want to say sick in the head, because there's a lot of fans out here right now watching that are sick in the head. Trisha's so beautiful. She is. I think I want to like write a song about Trish Paytas. That's how much she inspires me as a human being. Oh my God. Yes, some girls will spend a long time editing their photos, and sometimes it comes out looking like a work of art. And sometimes it comes out looking like she was just OCD stressing about, like, I don't know, like a little pudge or something on her hip. Like, leave it alone. Let it fly. But Trish was like, nah, we got a whole toilet paper there. Anyways, let's see what she has to say about leaving the Frenemies podcast. I like watching the Frenemies podcast. I think it's fun. I think that they had a great dynamic.
Hey guys, it's really early in the morning on Tuesday. I just want to make this video because I had just a lot of anxiety yesterday and a lot of anxiety this morning. And
I didn't realize that I have anxiety until somebody told me like what I was going through was what they went through when they have anxiety. And that was like a year or so ago that I learned that. And I was like, oh, that's anxiety? Yeah, no, that's why I can never sleep before I have to go like for an appointment the next day. If I have to fly somewhere, chances are I stay up all night long. If I have like a doctor appointment, chances are I stay up all night long. They're like, that's anxiety. And I was like, oh, I thought I just was too lit to sit. I don't know, though. How's everybody doing in the chat? Everybody, Corsets, Catherine, Regina Starr, everybody in the chat. What's up? What's up? Brad Lamb, I see you there. I see all the homies in the chat, Thick Soul. Anyways, back to Trish apparently breaking all our hearts. And I think she's signaling with this refrigerator in the background. Does she want to start a new podcast with me? Because I'll do it. I'll do a new podcast with Trisha Paytas. Or maybe she just has a refrigerator in the background and nothing else. Seems like a signal, though. She got some lights.
I like slept on it, and even before sleeping on it, like I had this feeling in my heart that I need to that I need to step away from frenemies, and it's really, really with a heavy heart that I say that.
I wonder if this is permanent. Like, she's walked away so many times and then she comes back. I imagine she'll be back, right? Have a sweet stream, sweet boys for life. Thank you, Rye. I imagine she'll be back. She can't just leave, can she? Like, she can say she'll leave, but she can't just walk away. If she does, whatever, but I feel like she'll come back.
Because it is kind of like it's been my stability, my regular thing once a week that I like absolutely look forward to, and I really love doing the show.
I'm looking at like her look right now. I kind of want to cut the collar off of this shirt. I kind of want to straight up just steal her look. Put my hair up in a bun, cut the collar off, have it hang over one of my shoulders. I think I'd be cute as hell. Illusion of Life has come out of the closet already. What is that supposed to mean, Papa? Dude, for one, Miss Piggy, like a human embodiment of Miss Piggy is dope. Miss Piggy is a classic. If Trish Paytas is a Miss Piggy, then she's literally an icon. Literally.
But having said that, I was reading the comments, the members only one went up, and a lot of people were upset by my little episode yesterday, and I
didn't even watch the episode. Did she do something crazy on the podcast? I thought this was the crazy. I thought her quitting was why everybody was talking. This is where I'm at with my life. Yeah, over-the-shoulder shirts would look cute as hell on me. I'm convinced. That's every basic white girl's look. Well, maybe I could take it back and make it every basic hot man look.
I usually wake up the next morning feeling like regret for the way I acted. But I realized this morning that and then last night, of course, I talked to Ethan, and, he was saying the crew is really upset with me. And that they didn't want to film the vlog today. And
what did she do to the crew? Like, why is the crew upset? I totally should have went into this. You were watching the podcast at 12 minutes and it switched to me. What the hell, future lunatic? What sort of do it? Cut the shirt. Oh.
COMBIESTRESSIN funded $9.99. Do it, cut the shirt.
Cut the shirt. I don't even have any scissors. I don't want to cut the shirt poorly. I want to cut it and wear it like a champion.
I respect that, and I respect him being on their side. And Ethan and I had a lot of text conversations last night. And even before all that, before the crew thing, before the episode even went up,
she insulted one of the segments. A new hire thought of doing a fan Q&A and she didn't like that idea. And they're really mad about that. Like, if I was Trish, I wouldn't want to do a fan Q&A either. She's going to be dealing with all types of, one, it's Ethan's core fan base, right? So they're going to be sliding towards him in the Q&As, and they're going to be dumping on her and piling on her regardless, because that's what people do. That's part of the entertainment of watching Trish Paytas, is dumping on her. She was smart for that. Use my teeth. I'm not going to chew my shirt apart, psycho.
There's a lot of things that I just didn't feel right about. I want to say first and foremost that the 5% thing and Ethan getting 100% of the highlights, that's not an issue. The money is not the issue.
Trish, who thinks it's about money? Trish? Trish don't need money. She buy a purse. She buy a $70,000 purse to carry her damn Chipotle in. She don't care. She said that her ideas were often overlooked and that H33 repeats bits between shows. She wanted more creative control. See, I think that's fair. I think she, honestly, give her creative control. H3H3 has so many other shows. He should just let her take over on the fact that it would make this even more different than his other stuff he's putting out. Like, he'll always be there to rope it in, but he should let her run the damn show. See how much of a dumpster fire it becomes.
From the beginning, you know, I thought that went.
You say money's always the issue. I mean, it's not always the issue, especially when you have. I don't know exactly what Trish has. Trisha's issues are beyond money, is what I'm trying to say.
Towards crew for Frenemies and, you know, vlogs for Frenemies and all.
Uh-oh, zombie stressing. Get a crappy one and cut it and wear it, please. I don't know if I have a crappy shirt. I'll look for a crappy one after we're a little later.
Stuff like that. Like, I really did. And like, I thought like I would have more of a say. And last night, and again, there's literally no blame in this on my end. You know, last night, Ethan's like, you know, H3 produces it. You are the talent. And that's when I realized, like, it's different than what I thought it was. Like, I thought we were 50-50 building this show. I'm not, like, leaving Frenemies sucks. And
Profit for Profit says, I used to intern for Billy. He never paid us and constantly had us compliment him on his outfits. Hold up. Are you saying you were only complimenting my outfits because I made you? That's fucked up, dude. Cancel this guy. I thought you meant it.
Like, sorry, I'm just getting like a little choked up. But my issue bringing that up was when he was like, why do I have to tell you about things that I'm doing, like people I hire and stuff like that? Because he hired someone new, which I have no issue with. Like, it's a lovely person. Like, I don't have an issue with them. But I was like, oh, I thought like I would get to have a say. And we did, before the episode went live, we did have a discussion saying like I had a producer in mind that I think would be really, really great for the show, and we would get to do more things, because there was a couple triggers for me, and Ethan says like we should have to walk on eggshells, and so many people agreed with him. And maybe that is true, right? Like that probably is true. Like
oh, come on. We shouldn't have to walk on eggshells. Can I say something real quick that might be taken very poorly? All right. What I'm about to say might actually get me canceled. But when you run a zoo and you got yourself a goddamn rhinoceros, you walk on eggshells until that rhinoceros is well fed and ready to go on the show, okay? Ethan runs the zoo. Trish is the damn rhinoceros. We walk on eggshells because she's the attraction. She's worth it. Come on.
I'm probably seeing something that, like, obviously, or I'm not seeing something everyone else is seeing. So I don't also want to put him in the position where he has to walk on eggshells, because, like, that's not fair to anyone. That's not fair to anyone in my life.
No, everybody should walk on eggshells around Trish Paytas. She's Trish fucking Paytas. Do you know this woman's history? That was like 4 years ago. She just decided to go against the entire United Kingdom. I don't remember the exact story, but she was just like, the United Kingdom stinks for no reason. She like flipped her gender just because. She is the epitome of trigger warning. Walk on eggshells around Trish Paytas. Those eggshells could be Easter eggs one day. Maybe they were Easter eggs. Maybe they were beautiful Fabergé eggs. But you handle with caution. It's like is radium a thing? What's like uranium? Words that I for some reason can't think of. I'll tell you why I'm stupid today. I haven't been sleeping very well. Trish has a massive ego sometimes. Yes, that's part of what's probably narcissism, right? And other things going on in her head. But that's what makes her who she is. She is, like, for lack of better words, she is completely insane. And that's what makes her beautiful. Oh, that's what makes you beautiful.
That's not fair to some people I work with. Like that's the vibe, right? And I don't want him to feel that way, and I don't want the audience to be like uncomfortable. Like it's really, but at the end of the day, like it's really not my place anymore. Ethan, like, you know, the thing that set me off, I was talking about like gay rights and like hate crimes against gay people and trans people, and I really wanted to talk about it, and he was just talking over me, and like again, that's something I should have been like, don't talk over me, you know, just like communicating, and it's like
Yeah, Trish has trouble communicating and getting her point across because like she seems to be kind of passive up until like she is now aggressive. She goes from passive with her viewpoint to aggressive on a flip. And if you're not prepared for that, like if you have any sort of an ego yourself and you're holding on to your ego when you're interacting with her, then it becomes a confrontation, right? And then it becomes confrontational. And Ethan, he'll play like good with her up until he's taken off guard and feels like he's being confronted with aggression. And then he's like in the trench with her, ego to ego. Like probably like because of the position Ethan's in, he kind of has to let go of his ego a little bit to keep her at her best, I think, in my opinion. And I've wrangled tons of attractions at the zoo, which is why I'm saying this as a number one rhino wrangler, rhinoceros wrangler. And yeah, this is unsweetened iced tea. It's not, there's no sugar. Trisha's fantastic. I don't know, Trisha versus Trish might have to go up against Betty the Fridge next Actual Mania. We'll see, man.
So then we went to the segment part of the show. And apparently that was like this new hire's idea, which I truly didn't know that this new hire did this. And, you know, he's like, well, that's rude. And then I was like, well, and then I said something that it was lazy or something like that. And he's like, well, you don't do anything. But I put out so many ideas for the show. And I like listed them like aerial gymnastics, like Dancing with the Stars, like clay pottery and the thing. And I like, it just got really frustrating.
Clay pottery? Was she going to sit down with Ethan like in that movie Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze, and she'd be doing the damn pottery wheel, and Ethan comes down behind her, naked, shirt off, and just starts doing sensual pottery with her? Is that what she suggested? Why don't they listen to her ideas? That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. And for those of you watching right now, if you want to hit the like button on the stream, I don't know what'll happen, but my life will immediately get better. Yours probably too. I think that's what mutual positivity brings upon this earth. I can't count past 10 though. So if you guys give me 10 likes, I'll blow you a kiss.
And I did get frustrated, and I guess everyone's like, you're gaslighting, was saying you're not. And at the beginning, like I really thought I was just like being assertive, right? Like just saying how I feel. And then it did get into frustration because I was like, oh God, I could feel it just all like crashing, right? So then when he's like, why should I tell you who I should hire? And I was like, well, I thought that's what the 5% went towards. I don't want the 5%. I even said that to Ethan so many times yesterday. Like, I don't want it. I don't want, you know? And the membership thing, just to clarify, is like when, like, I didn't know about the membership until like maybe like 3 months into Frenemies or whatever. So starting from that time that I asked about it is when I was getting 50%. And a lot of people like thought that was, I'm not getting 50% the whole channel, whatever it was up until like February, like that kept there. And then I got 50%. And like, you know, if people think that's unfair, like, you know, I guess it is. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I thought it was fair. You know, I don't know. I just never had an issue with money, and I was thankful that he did give me some of the membership because I kept seeing everybody on Reddit on the things. Like, I signed up early and I became a member just to see Frenemies early. And my solution at the time was to just not include Frenemies on the industry thing because
this is fair for business, right? Her saying Frenemies shouldn't be early if it's part of the membership because I don't get paid from the membership. Like, as a business person, as a talent on the program, that's 100% fair for her to suggest. And then he decided, no, I would like it to be part of the pre, because I think he knows Frenemies is a great get for the channel. I think a lot of people outside of his normal circle tune in to watch it because of their banter back and forth. He says, no, I'll just cut you in on part of the membership. That's business. That's fine. I don't think that's like Can't argue about that.
I'm sure he thought it was, I know he thought it was unfair too, because he was like, well, I'll give you like a third or whatever. And I was just like, okay, but if like, for me, I was like half the views, like I do feel like I contributed half to Frenemies, building the H3 channel. Like I would have loved to have Frenemies on my channel and like build up my channel. I could have produced, I could have built sets, like I'm capable of this stuff, you know? But I was like,
Didn't though, and he brought you in, so he already had everything moving on his end as well. He brought you into something he had been doing. That being said, if you want to make sets, if you want to start your own podcast, Trisha, I am basically like a sweet talking Ethan Klein. I'm the zookeeper you need, Trish. Hire me on. I will be the goddamn custodian and clean up all your shit. It'll be worth it, Trish. Me and you, let's go. New name, Frenemies. We're not frenemies. We're friends with Benedicts, and we'll sit there and we'll eat eggs Benedict every episode. Let's go.
well, it'd be nice to get like, because memberships is a huge thing, whatever.
She gets all the highlights revenue? Oh, he also gets all the highlights revenue. Yeah, I heard about that because he re-uploads the highlights to his channel, which I think is, kind of questionable from a business standpoint, but those are things you work out as a business partner.
And I'm sure he thought it was unfair too. And I get it. Like I get it. Like, and I get now he's saying that H3 produces and he deserves that as a producer. But it's like, I would have loved the opportunity to pitch in half for the set.
Mr. Morton says Trish wants to pay the crew starvation wages so she can waste her money on garbage. Is that what she said? I think that H3, the majority of the crew does work for him on all his shows, right? Like, are they hired on salary to just work with the shows? Like, she's not responsible for all their wages anyways. They work through him.
Because I really do feel like I built this show, like, with them, like at 50-50. Like, I don't think I'm the main reason, because God knows my channel and my podcast doesn't do like what Frenemies does. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like H3, I have like it wasn't doing what it's doing now either. And I feel like I helped build that. And I know this sounds like I'm just being an absolute crybaby about the situation. And like
you are being a bit of a crybaby about the situation, but you did help build that as well. You can't disagree with that. The numbers popped up. This Frenemies stuff. Tons of people I talk to love Frenemies. I stopped watching H3 on the regular a while ago, but then when Frenemies came out for a while, I wasn't missing an episode. It was good.
I guess all that to say, like, I really am just, well.
Mr. Morton says she doesn't acknowledge the costs Ethan has. And I think that, you got to write those costs down. One of the big things is he's hiring that crew on for his H3 podcast. He's hiring them on for everything else. Like, their workload is already part of his business, right? So how much is Trish on the hook for with that? And how much should Trish have, knowing that she doesn't have a controlling ownership over it? Like, H3, it is his thing. Maybe he should pay her more than he's making off Frenemies, because she is more of a talent and he has more of the long-term residual control and earning power over it, right? Mr. Morton says Trish doesn't comprehend the costs of the show. It's the same reason why she has a spending problem. I mean, I don't think her not comprehending the cost of the show is the same reason why she has a spending problem. I think she has a spending problem because everything she does is probably tied to some sort of neurotic condition that she's been dealing with since well before she was famous. And the spending is just part of that. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychic or whatever the hell it is that would be responsible for that. I can't even pronounce most conditions properly. That being said, I'm highly intuitive, and I have no problem saying things that are completely wrong with 100% confidence. So I will say this. Pay Trish the money. What's up, Days? How you doing?
I think the biggest thing for me is it is the crew issue. And I am so sorry if I came across rude, but like it's so weird because like I don't feel sorry for talking about this and saying it because I've been kind of like saying it for since the beginning. Like they're all so nice. The crew is so nice. I have no issue with them as people. It's just like I don't feel comfortable walking in to something Ethan's built. Like I thought Frenemies we were building together. Like from the beginning was like 5% goes to help the crew, and then the other goes to production costs. So I thought we were like building something, like building, it was going to be like a bigger like set, bigger things, bigger vlogs, but it's just like I felt uncomfortable with bus situation. Just it's his people. They have their jokes, and
she's not wrong about that. Like she is not, it's not her show, right? In every aspect, it's Ethan's show. He's literally the zookeeper and she's the rhinoceros. That's like, I'm going to say this 1,000 times. She's the rhinoceros. People don't go to the zoo to see the zookeeper unless you're Jack Hanna. God damn. Or Steve Irwin. Never mind. The people go to the zoo for the zookeeper, but they stay for the goddamn rhinoceros. And those guys were amazing zookeepers.
You know, their friends, everyone on the bus was like their girlfriend, which is, they were all so sweet and wonderful. There's nothing to say. It's just like, you know, it's not, we don't have cameraman, we don't have sound people. Like,
Mr. Morton says she will go back for the 4th time. Just watch. Mark my words. Of course she will. Like I said that, called that like 20 minutes ago. She, if she doesn't go back, good for her. If she does go back, good for everybody. Like it's only going to be more of the same entertainment if she goes back, right? I'm sure she won't get what she wants here in her demands. She'll buckle at some point, be like, okay, I just, I really enjoy doing the show, so I'll come back. She'll get the money she gets, but she won't have any control over the show. They won't listen to her ideas unless the ideas are so good that they can't deny them. But I guess Ethan just wasn't like, yeah, let's sit down and do pottery together, which I think is a big mistake. Bareback pottery, sensual, sexual pottery. Get it.
I guess I'm just like, I don't know. And a lot of people are going to be like, okay, you're so ungrateful. Like that crew does H3. And they do. But if I knew I was coming in as a third H3 show, like I swear, hand to God, would not have done it. I'm sure this makes me sound even worse, but I'm just like.
Doesn't sound worse. She thought it was going to be their show. And she's, realizing because of moves that were made while she was doing the show that it's not their show, it's his show featuring her.
Like having so much anxiety. And, from the beginning, from like the first episodes of me being on H3, like the guys rating how I look and if they would, or it was like if they would date me or have sex with me or something from the very beginning was just.
Stephanie Owens says this could be hype for views. See, I don't think it's hype for views on purpose, but I do think Trish, every time she has a breakdown or a stumble or something with her career, I don't know if she does it naturally, but it becomes hype for literally anything, views, everything. She's got that natural hype. Every fall she makes is a fall forward.
It's like, it made me uncomfortable. I've said it. If you look at the very first H3 interview, that I was like, I would always, be rude, I guess, because I was.
What's up, Pim Monk in the chat? How you doing, brother?
So uncomfortable with. And if it just could be sense of humor and joke.
Mr. Warden says Trish can't even do the show without having a meltdown. If she has to have creative arguments, she will have a meltdown before the show even goes on. Yes. And it's kind of by design because Trish is a creative entity that her entire career has pretty much been in her hands. Like that's why she breaks down and falls forward. Because she has these breaking points and she gets like emotional manipulation. She gets everything. It's probably part of her psyche ingrained into her. But she has control over all of it. Even when she loses control over herself, she's in control of where her career goes after that, where she picks up the pieces. With Ethan, she has no control. She only shows up There was the episodes they did with Dr. Who was the damn doctor that was on? Not Dr. Phil, but he was the Loveline Drew, Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew. And you could see a lot of the conversation Dr. Drew was having with Trish and Ethan. Dr. Drew was a lot of the time siding with Trish, and that was some of the first time Trish had any validation with her concerns on the show, because it always like went towards the other side of the crew as being Ethan's guys, Gila being Ethan's wife. They always kind of leaned towards Ethan. Ethan, at the end of the day, pays their paychecks. She is only effectively another member of the crew.
Which I don't get, and I just don't vibe with, and like that was my frustration, is like, and should have been brought up all off camera, absolutely, and I feel like I have, and you know, so I did a whole video just being so upset by, like, you know, AB, and then like I forgave, you know, or not forgave him, but I like looked past it because I don't even know if he did anything, you know. For me, it was like really.
Strawberry Shortcake says Dr. Drew was trying to hit. Dr. Drew is a professional, okay? A professional. He doesn't have to try to hit. He could just hit.
Really hard, and even from the beginning, like, I don't know, I just sorry, this was so all over the place. Because then he's like, basically the crew doesn't want to film tomorrow, and I get that, but then again, that's why I just wanted it to be separate. I just wanted it to be separate, you know, because now it is personal feelings attached. Like, he's like, the person that made the segment was upset, and the person that person's dating also works there, so like he's upset for her and doesn't want to like work, and it's like, but it just sucks.
Angela P says they were friendly for a while, but this enemy vibe was kind of the point anyway. If it wasn't this, it'd have been something else, and it probably always will be something else. If they continue in some form, which I think they probably will. And she's like, how you doing? Going to work, want to drop in. Lots of love. Have a good time at work. Cheers. DJ Fix Soul says, God, those lopsided jalopies flapping around. Come on. God created everybody differently. And then when you add in other people's creations to his creation, you're going to have some sloppy, floppy jalopies here and there. It's fine. It's fine. Latchkey Goth Boy. Glad she stood up for herself. Cheers. Yeah. I mean, it's hard for her to stand up for herself.
Latchkey Goth Boy funded $5. I am glad she stood up for herself.
It's hard for her to stand up for herself in that situation because, like, it has always been the H3H3 show. Prior to the existence of Frenemies, during Frenemies, and after Frenemies, H3H3 will have this crew working for him. She leaves Frenemies doesn't mean that guy that just got hired on is going to be let go, right? They're going to find a new workload for him to work on. They hired people on not because of Frenemies. They hired people on because they have a huge workload of creative stuff to put out. These are Ethan's guys 100%. Trish isn't wrong about that. Trish would like to have some say in things because Trish, in her mind, feels like she's building something she's proud of. But she can't be proud of it if she has no control over it, right?
It just sucks. And I just realized that, like, it's not a place for me. Like, they do have their system and it runs smoothly, and of course they've been having a podcast for a long time, and like they should and even Frenemies, it's like he said it himself, like, it's H3 production, like, I'm the talent, like, it should continue because it's such a good format, and I think Ethan would do like great with another host. I just know for me, like, it just, I don't know, like, it was so good, right? Like, when we weren't, like, even at the end, I just wanted to, like, leave and just.
Have you guys ever seen Trish Paytas cry? Have you ever seen Trish Paytas cry like a pretty cry? I've seen her cry in so many videos, and every time I've seen her cry, it was one of those ugly cries. And I could do an ugly cry. I can do a pretty cry here and there. My pretty cries will probably make you cry. My ugly cries, they're special, but I don't know if I've ever seen her do a pretty cry. If you guys have seen her do a pretty cry, throw a link to me on Twitter. I want to see Trish Paytas do a pretty cry because I've seen this ugly cry from her so many times. Trish is married to Gila's brother, so they're mixing family and business. I mean, they got married during the show, right? Like, they were already mixing family and business. Originally, she was supposed to be their bachelor, and then she hooked up with or bachelorette or whatever, and she hooked up with Gila's brother. That's just life. Me, when someone takes credit for cleaning the bathroom when I did it, I see no. You ugly cry when someone takes credit for cleaning the bathroom? I'd ugly cry while cleaning the bathroom. I'd be like, I don't want to do this. I wish somebody else would do this so I could take credit for it. If you want to come clean my bathroom, I will give you money, and I will also give you all the credit for it. I don't want credit for cleaning a bathroom. I don't want people to think I cleaned the bathroom. I want them to think that I hired somebody.
And I just didn't want to be that person to walk off and cry. Because like I'm really trying hard to like not quit things and not let my emotions get the best of me. And I guess when it just like wasn't, he didn't want to end it, and I just wanted to end it, you know? I just wanted to end it and get my peace of mind. And it like to read the comments, like she's manipulated by crying. Like I can't help but cry. It just, this burst of like emotions comes out. Like it really starts to feel like the walls are caving in. And I just know that but then when we were going to go ahead and do the thing, and then he's like, he texted late last night, said, actually, the crew's not comfortable. They thought you were really rude. He goes, I thought you were really rude to the crew. And in my heart, I just was like, I'm not really sorry for it. And
I wonder if he really texted that the crew was uncomfortable with what she said and they thought you were really rude. Like, that almost sounds like bullshit. But if he texts, like, was she that rude? Was she that rude? That's amazing. It's amazing if she was that rude. I feel like it's very manipulative to be like, the crew was very upset. Like maybe I'm wrong. I need to actually see what she did to the crew. But like, the crew should be used to Trish by now. They should know this is Trish Paytas. She's gonna say some shit that probably is gonna make you uncomfortable. Maybe I'm wrong. If you guys want to hit that like button on the stream, it could only get better for you and me. I'm going to say that sincerely. You want the next show? I'm sure the next show will happen. Trish wasn't that rude. Yeah, that's too bad. I don't see how you could use if the crew was upset, like you pay that crew, Ethan. Using that against Trish is like, if the crew was upset, then you go to Trish, you say, hey, I didn't like the way that you talked to the crew like that. He needs to take responsibility for that. He doesn't need to be like, the crew felt this way. Like, it's kind of shady when you're supposed to be the boss man to dump it on the crew. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's the truth pissed him off for sure. Ooh. If she is that good, why isn't she doing her own show? Johnny, for one, some people are good at running the show and some people are good at bringing the content towards the show. So that could be why she's not doing her own show. Trish can hardly do her own life sometimes. That's why she's here on the floor of an underdressed... Is it a kitchen? There's a carpet with a fridge on it. It's so confusing to me. I don't know. Like, she is not the type of person to run the damn show.
I know that makes me look like an asshole, but I'm just not, because I have vented these frustrations before.
So the only thing Trish did was give him a reality check when he said he does all the work. Yeah, I think that honestly, even if he does do all the work, Trish brings something to this show that he can't bring himself, or else he would do the show himself like he does every other show he does, where he brings in a guest with the H3 podcast. Maybe he sits there with Hila. Maybe he watches videos and comments on them. Like, he does that on all the other things. He could do more of that every week if he didn't do this, but he does this for a reason. Trish brings a dynamic that he can't buy, he can't afford, he can't work to do. Like, you do all the work so you can capture this beautiful rhinoceros in your zoo, my dude.
I just wish I had one person on my side there. Moses, he doesn't count. He's not contributing. Even when we were filming, one of the crew members was like, I'm shaky before we even started. And I said, oh, why don't you hand the camera to Moses? And he's like, no, he's got it. And it's such a small thing, but it's just something where I just feel like, okay, like it really. And then yesterday, just, hearing that, like, he's the producer and he does everything, when I really tried hard to contribute, and I really tried hard to, like, bring my own stuff every week. And I feel like I did. I feel like I had topics and stuff, and it's just, like, it hurt me. And I'm not playing the victim. I can't watch it back because, obviously, popular opinion is that, I was being rude, but, like, in my heart, when I
TTS 211 says she's the only entertaining part of that whole channel. She's crazy, but she's real. Now, I think that there's some entertaining stuff on the rest of the channel. I do watch some of the stuff some of the time. So you can't say she's the only entertaining thing, but I think she very much is been the lifeblood of this past 6 months. 8 months. How long's the damn show been going on for? It's been going on for a while, huh? But I do think that she is a big part of the success of what's been going down. Lulu Puffs is not playing the victim, but Trish is perpetually gonna play the victim. She's gonna play every angle of everything because her mind, she's always going to question everything. She's always going to feel like something's an attack on her. She's always going to be on the attack. In the process, she's that type of person. Like, she'll say she's not playing the victim, but she'll play the victim, and she'll be like, it'll play right. It's who she is. She's a bit of a train wreck. That's why she exists on the level she does. That's why we always tune into her.
Left that day, I just was like, I don't feel like this is for me, And I think the best thing for me to do is, like, step down when it's like,
Acino says Trish is the PS5 and Ethan is Sony, but nobody give a fuck about Sony. You see what Sony did to Spider-Man? Marvel had to come in and handle it. Marvel had to come in and take care of things. Sony put that PS5 out. Took them long enough. Don't do that much with it. It's goddamn PS5. We were here for it from PS1.
No longer serving me.
Mr. Morton says all this is fake and Trish deserves an Oscar. I don't agree with that. I think Trish knows how to milk every emotion she has for all it's worth. It's part of her entertainment value, is that she gets a bit of something real. Her mind, her body takes her in a direction, and she just goes balls to the wall in that direction. No apologies. And then, she crashes. She collects herself. She comes back in a different headspace and does it all over again. She's like a crash test dummy. She just starts ramping up until she crashes into that wall. Job's done. Pick up the pieces. Do it again.
And I will say, for the record, like, Ethan and Hila have been, like, so freaking kind to me. Like,
Lisa on Life says, I should point out that Trisha's pronouns are they, them. I will try that, but damn it. Here's one thing about me. I'm fucking old. If I say Hershey and call her a goddamn candy bar, I'm trying. But yeah, I'll work on it. I I thought Trish has always. I've never seen Trish use the damn pronouns ever. Ah, so confusing. Damn it, Trish. Damn it. I'm gonna have to stop talking about Trish just because I'm gonna slip up every time I say her name or her pronoun.
And I hope it doesn't affect our like personal relationship, because like obviously like they are like gotta be family. Like I really love them, but you know, at the same time I always say like don't work with family, don't work with people you're close with, and like I kind of like feel that, you know, right? Like oh God, because it's just like we just see things so differently. And I just want to make it clear that it's not about money. And even yesterday I was like, I don't want more money, I just want to make the show better. I want to make the show like, let's get cameramen, you know, which isn't that expensive for like daily shoots, you know. I do them all the time, like not even my music videos, but like, you know, my dish with Trish, I hired like 2 camera guys and a producer that I like, and you know, like, and again, I really, especially Dan, like I actually really love Dan. Like it started out kind of like rocky at the very beginning when he like just didn't want me as a guest, like going on their first H.
No Name funded $20.
Hey, No Name, thank you for the money.
This was years ago, so I'm like over it, but like going on there and feeling like someone doesn't want you as a guest, like it's hard, but obviously it's so different. Like I was gonna like invite him to my wedding. Like I really like Dan, and I feel like he's pretty balanced and fair. So I just know like I would be uncomfortable to go back. Like it's just, you know what I mean? I don't want to be that person that everyone is on eggshells for. Like that's not it, you know? And I think, you know, they're all very close, right? Like it's people that are like you know, married or dating each other, you know, they're all like close. It's a close knit family. They've been together for a while, and it's like
Trish is the odd one out. Like that's the dynamic there. Even her, or even Trisha's husband, okay? Even Trisha's fiance, I should say. I don't know if they got married, right? Even Trisha's fiance has known them longer than he's known Trish, right? Right? So even the one person that Trish has in this scenario has way more history with all of them. Well, I think all of them, the majority of the people on the crew, but especially Ethan and Hila, than he has with her.
Like I just don't fit in, and I you know, I guess I do need to apologize. Like I do need to apologize. Like
Andrea Marie says she should have waited a day, taken a beat, and not made a kitchen floor vid, but at least it wasn't a total freak out. I mean, Trish ain't a wait the day, take a beat type of person. This is going to get 1 million views before the day's over, and 100%, like, this is what Trish has to do. When Trish is hot, when Trish is in that zone, in that moment, when the emotions are pouring, Trish got to turn that camera on and milk. Get that mommy milk. You know what I'm saying? Gotta. Grace Bud says, what gender does Billy identify as? Daddy.
For the delivery of how I said it, you know, but I feel really, really icky about the situation, and I really do think it's because I don't fit in, and it sucks because like I think I don't fit in a lot of things, but you know what I mean? But I think this is a really, for me, it is strictly a professional, or I guess like I don't know how to describe it. It's not personal, I guess. Like,
I just want you to know. Yeah, it's not personal, but it'll probably be taken personally a little bit. I think Ethan's response on Twitter was it was out of left field. But who knows? Maybe they'll be fine. Again, like they've had these falling outs already. Maybe this is not the end. We'll have to see. Hopefully, some of these concerns are addressed if she comes back. It would be nice for Trish Paytas and Ethan to sit down around a pottery wheel, bare-chested, and just make some damn vases or whatever the hell you do at a pottery wheel, like in the movie Ghost. You guys seen the movie Ghost? Am I boomer? Am I the only one that knows what Ghost is? It's like before there were memes, there were parts in movies that everybody would make fun of. So let me look at this. This is what it should look like, right? Demi Moore would be sitting at the pottery wheel doing her pottery. Imagine this is Trish Paytas. Doesn't even have to be a pottery wheel, okay? This could be one of those chocolate fountains or fondue cheese. And Trish could be dipping a goddamn nacho into the fondue cheese. And then Ethan comes in ghost style, right? Look at he's sneaking around in the background with his shirt off. They go fist deep into the damn chocolate fountain, the nacho cheese fountain. Like that would be so good for an entire episode. Just dunking their sick hands like this around the goddamn chocolate fountain. Am I right or am I right? Like Trisha's ideas are genius. I like that a lot.
It's really removing myself from a situation that I just don't feel comfortable in, and again, everyone is like really nice. And so like, I really do apologize for offending, I like replayed it, and like, even in our discussions, I remember telling Ethan, like, I don't feel like I was rude, and I guess I'm just like that. I guess I just need more reflection on, I haven't watched it back. I just know at the time that I just felt so awful, and it just felt like I had to get out of there, and it is embarrassing, right? Like, it is embarrassing, and to kind of be like reprimanded last night, like, you were extremely rude to them, like, you need a couple days to cool off. It's like, I'm not a child, and I think everyone there is like a family, and they take it's
I think what I got to do is I got to sit down and I got to make like, remember those dating videos that people would have where they tell like their wants and their needs, and then they would send the dating videos to other singles, and the singles would find somebody they liked on the video. They would say, this person likes your video. Here's their video. Match up with them. Have a date with them. Get married. Lowered expectations. Something like that. I'll make a video, but instead of for dating Trish, I'm like, Trish, you and I should start our own podcast where we sit down around the goddamn nacho cheese fountain and we dunk donuts into that bitch while I go bare-chested Patrick Swayze against you while your hands deep in the fountain. The nacho fountain. I think I got to do that.
It's a lot more personal. When I said the segment sucked, like, I've had ideas like shot down. I was talked over when I was talking about trans people getting killed. You know what I mean? And like, yes, I should have said something, but
nice, Trish. Bring in how you were talked over while you were grandstanding against human rights, and compare that to you turning down a Q&A segment. You should be able to turn down the segment regardless of whether or not you were like championing for human rights. Like, you should be like, no, I don't want to do a Q&A segment. I think it's dumb. Fine, move on. If the new hire couldn't handle that, that's kind of like ridiculous.
But in that moment, I literally just thought to say the segment sucked, which I kind of said from the beginning. Like, I thought it was fake questions. Like, it's whatever. And I'm sure, it just sucks. It just sucks because Frenemies was like really fun for me until it wasn't, right? Like, it was, I love dressing up. I love looking for, the costumes. I just want to address this because so many people are like, Trisha's crazy. Like, she does pick the costumes. It's like, I was always for them, like I always do, but I think most of the costume ideas either came from top comments or Reddit. Even the Beetlejuice one, like, of course I'm down to do them. Like I got all the costumes, like every week from the Justin Brittany one on, like I had my guy make all of the costumes and I was happy to do it. Like I didn't, he even the first time he was like, oh, like, should I give you money? I was like, don't even worry about it, because I genuinely was happy to provide costumes. Like because I love that part of the show, but I'm really like trying to like think, like I really don't think I've ever suggest.
Look, after watching Tom McDonald and Blair White's video, I want to steal some of that YouTube clout, and I want to sit down. I want to make a song, and I want to get Trish Paytas to be in my music video. So I'm basically going to do everything I can to make this happen in the next month and a half. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get Trish Paytas to be in my cool music video, even if I have to sell out, even if I have to threaten people with kisses.
Blitzo donated $5.
Cheers. Thank you, Blitzo. Like that's where I'm headed with this life right now. I'm going to go hit the studio. I'm going to make a song just so I can get Trish Paytas in the music video. This is the future I need. I am clout chasing 100%. Yes, for art. This is for art. I'm an artiste. I need to make this happen.
One of the costumes because they were, they were like, I don't know, but they were always fun. Like I always wanted to do them. Like I don't want them to be like.
Or I could just skip Trish Paytas in the video, and I could dress up as Trish Paytas in the video and just scene for scene do all of Trish Paytas's hits in the video. Might as well just be Trish Paytas. And that's not just advice for me in my music video. That's literally life advice for everybody watching. They say, be yourself. And I agree with that. Do be yourself, unless you can be Trish Paytas. And then be Trish Paytas.
That, but people are like, Trisha's picked all the costumes, unless you're talking about like costumes I've worn on the show. But like as far as our duo costumes, like I actually I really had to like go through, because I was like, okay, let me just not misspeak, but not that that's a big deal, but it's just like I see it's just like I do care about what the comments of Frenemies say, because those are people who like supported the show and like the show and like obviously me and Ethan.
I'm really in my head, I'm imagining Trish sitting down at the goddamn chocolate fountain, or I think it should be nacho cheese fountain. Somehow that's more keto. I don't know. And she's dipping like a goddamn donut into the nacho cheese fountain, munching. And I come up from behind with my shirt off, oiled up, young Swayze, slide my arms around her, behind her, start dipping my hands in the nacho cheese. If we can make that scene in the music video, I don't know, I could die happy. I could become an actual ghost if we could just do that, please.
So I really just felt awful, like anxiety last night, this night, reading the comments, being like, oh, like, that I let people down, that people are upset with me, and like that I didn't want to do. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. So I think it's best that I stepped out.
17 minutes and 29 seconds into this video, and Trish is saying, I think it's best that I step down. Trish already thinking about coming back. Video's not being done, filmed. She's already questioning whether or not she should leave. They should leave. Trish should leave the fucking podcast. That tells me right there, it ain't over, baby.
I did say that to Ethan last night. I did, because I had said it originally, and I just don't think, I just don't think it's like good for me anymore, and it really sucks. It really sucks because it's such a fun show, and it's like one of the most popular things I've been a part of, that people are actually behind me, and it just, It's just, it is what it is. And I hope they continue it for real. Like, I think, because Ethan, he did have the idea. He's like, I've always wanted to do another podcast. He had said in like the first episode with a female comedian, but I went with you or whatever, obviously as a joke. And I think he would, I think the show could be as equally successful, because I don't think I can do a podcast with someone else and have it be the same. I do believe he can. I do think he does.
Yeah, Trish, you can do a podcast with someone else and have it be better. Let me be your zookeeper.
He carries a lot of the sense of humor of the show. Like, I really do believe that. And I loved it because it was so different than like the H3. Like, I was never a fan of the H3. Like, I watched the After Darks, but like just the H3 with like the people chiming. I just never was a fan of that. Just personal preference. I just like other people, like it was just too much like going on, and I just didn't vibe with that show. And I feel like I've always been vocal about that or whatever. So like, it was such a different Ethan. He wasn't political. He wasn't, which again is like, I know so many people love him for that, and his H3s kill it and stuff like that. So I just liked being like this person that like has the same issues with food and like gossips. Like,
oh no.
it kind of just always had my back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he really did have my back with like every situation. And like,
he had your back when it was convenient for him to have your back. He didn't have your back with every situation. That's why you're on the ground here saying you're going to quit the show. Because he had your back when it was convenient for him, and that was enough for you to feel this loyalty that you have for Ethan. But when it came down to you or the crew, if he hit you with that message from the crew the day before here saying the crew was uncomfortable, he didn't have your back. He had the crew's back. And that's why you're having these second guesses about the entire podcast anyways, because you know deep down it ain't yours. It ain't your baby. And that bothers you because you're always the center of attention. You're always in control. You're always the base of the viewership. But you know this ain't your show.
he's the one who brought to light.
Yeah, she's already missing him.
To like the David Dobrik stuff, and like got other people to trust in him and share their stories. And
Yeah, he took your back on the David Dobrik stuff because you gave him. It took him a while to take your back on the David Dobrik stuff anyways. It took him a while to realize what was going on. But once he realized there was somewhere to hit somebody, he went full bore because it benefited him, not because he had your back. It took him a while to really pay attention. Like, and then when he realized it benefited him, he went nutso on it and had your back at that point because you brought him the attention that he wanted to jump onto.
he really did do a lot. And I know he had my back. And again, this is not my issue with him. It's just me not feeling the best in a situation and letting down the audience. Like, I really did. And that I am sorry, but I'm not sorry for how I feel. And
man, she's got like this inflection in her crying with her voice. It's like the tears, the crying. It's going into almost like a subtle re as she's crying. Can you hear that? I don't want to back it up anymore. Maybe it'll happen again in the video.
I guess I'm not good at expressing myself. It's probably why I don't hire assistants. Like, I need help. I'm trying to open up a shop here and a store, and we're trying to like do this like food place here. And it's like, I do need help, but I'm so scared because I know how I am around just other people. Like, I get high stress, high anxiety.
You burn shit down. You destroy things. You're doing it right now with the podcast. You're high stress, high anxiety. You decide to just light everything on fire and then walk away from the damn burning building. And sometimes you don't burn that building. You don't burn that bridge. And because of the person you are, you walk back over that bridge and you play with him again. You'll probably go back to Ethan. You'll probably go back to Frenemies because this probably didn't burn the bridge enough that you can't walk back over it. That's what Trish do.
Anyways.
Is she really opening a nacho shop? That's legit.
Thank you guys seriously for all the support on Frenemies, and thank you Ethan and Hila for like even, it really was like, but I feel like I've always been appreciative, and it just sucks that like people think I'm not, because I really do appreciate like all the work, and like I really wish I could have contributed more, you know? I really do, because I feel like I am pretty creative and have good ideas, and I wish I could have contributed a little more, and like
you contributed a lot. But your biggest contribution was you brought that smoke, Trish. You brought that smoke and lit that fire. And that fire burnt you sometimes. But that's where the money was. That smoke.
I guess I should have just brought it up a different way, but I am thankful for everything they've all done and the show. And I really, I hope this didn't come across. I feel like it did, and I feel like I'm just stupid, but I feel like I need to put this out there because I just, like, I feel stupid. I feel stupid, but at the same time, like, I just feel like this is the best decision, so I'm sorry. I really, I don't know where this is coming from. I made you know where it's coming from. I got, it's upsetting. It's like losing something that like I really felt like was such a good thing. So I don't know. I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys soon. I actually have glam right now. I'm actually like getting glam right now because we had a shoot scheduled for today, and I was canceled at like 10 o'clock last night. Which is, again, fine, but, like, I didn't want to cancel.
Some wet-ass nostril tears going on here. Every time she slurps up those tears into the nostril cavity, I don't know. I feel some type of way. I would not like to go any further on that statement.
I followed my hair and makeup people because I didn't want to cancel last minute. I'm sure they could have booked other people, so I got to get glam. All right.
DJ Sten says she could have literally walked up to Ethan off air and said, hey, can we do this? And Ethan probably would have done it. She could have, yeah. But maybe she did, right? Like we can't say that we know exactly what went on behind the scenes. We do know this. When Dr. Drew was on the show, he 100%, hands down, said Trish was the greatest.
Blitzo donated $20. My dude, have a good stream.
My dude, thank you, Blitzo. Appreciate you very much. My dude, have a good night. But Trish is kind of like a one-man band whenever she's on that show. It is Trish versus the world. Everybody else has allegiances to Ethan, even her damn fiance husband has allegiances to Ethan and Hila that are far beyond his allegiances to her. Obviously, they have a dynamic that can't compare, but there's allegiances there. Everybody in that room.
Bye, and I really, once again, I'm sorry to have disappointed like people. Like I really, really am sorry about that. Like that's the worst. Okay, bye.
Bye, Trish. Nobody's that disappointed. The majority of the people don't believe this is over anyways, probably. And if it is over, they'll just thank you for the memories. This was a good little tweet I saw from a comment cop stepping down from Frenemies. The time has come. Exciting announcement on new Frenemies co-host. I would watch that. I would watch Ethan and Keem in a heartbeat. I don't know. Little palate cleanser really quick. You guys see this Burger King Burger King trolls Chick-fil-A with LGBTQ donations. Burger King is making a statement during Pride Month. It's trying to get a leg up on the chicken sandwich wars by taking a not-so-subtle dig at rival Chick-fil-A's fraught history with the LGBTQ plus community. The fast food chain tweeted last week that it would donate 40 cents to the Human Rights Campaign for every chicken sandwich sold in June. The Human Rights Campaign is America's largest LGBTQ civil rights organization. Burger King added it will make those donations even on Sunday, tweeting the eyes emoji. Chick-fil-A, because of its devout Christian ownership, closes its restaurants on Sunday. The CEO, Dan Cathy, said in 2012 that the company supports the biblical definition of the family unit. In a 2018 interview with a local Atlanta TV station, Cathy reiterated his position on same-sex marriage, but said he's not anti-gay. I'm not anti-gay. I just don't believe y'all should get married. Losers, die. Well, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. The company has since tried to distance itself from its less than supportive stance toward the LGBT community. For example, in 2019, Chick-fil-A made major changes to its charitable foundation, ending donations to two organizations that have been criticized for being anti-LGBTQ, the Salvation Army and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Both organizations have taken controversial stands on homosexuality and same-sex marriage. Why don't these fast food companies ever donate to companies that take stance against child obesity? Where's the child obesity donations? Little Tommy Fat Runner chonking around, eating goddamn nuggets, dipping it in Hershey's syrup. Save the fat kids. I don't know. I really just saw this trending on Twitter and was like, damn, chicky sandwiches are delicious. It's delicious chicky sandwiches. The Chiking. I don't know. Y'all, don't go and buy this sandwich just because I talked about it, please. There's another little thing I saw. Taylor Lorenz, I don't know if you guys follow Taylor Lorenz. She always seems to have some sort of hot take on stuff. Young creators are burning out and breaking down. Many people who have found fame on TikTok are struggling with mental health issues. Lately, it's been hard for Jack Ananan, a 22-year-old TikTok star from Toronto, to create content. I feel like I'm tapping a keg that's been empty for a year, he said. Spending hours shooting, editing, storyboarding, engaging with fans, setting up brand deals, and balancing the many other responsibilities that come with being a successful content creator have taken a toll. Mr. Einanen, like so many Gen Z influencers who found fame in the last year, is burnt out. What we're going to do, guys, should we do socialism for influencers? Like, it's really hard to give a paying wage to fast food workers. It's really hard to give health care to everybody. It's really hard to make sure everybody has a roof over their head. But if we could just do some sort of like $1 million a year socialism for influencers so they don't have to worry about putting up pictures on Instagram and stuff or uploading dance videos to TikTok, I think that's where the future goes, man. That's where the future goes. I get to the point where I'm like, I have to make a video today, and I spend the entire day dreading the process. He's hardly the only one. The app used to be so fun, a TikTok creator known as Shaw Crow said in a video from Friday. And now your favorite creator is depressed. He went on to explain how his friends are struggling with mental health problems and the stresses of public life. The video went viral. In the comments, dozens of creators echoed his sentiment. Say it louder, bro, wrote one with 1.7 million followers. Mood, commented another creator with nearly 5 million followers. As people collectively process the devastation of the pandemic, burnout has plagued nearly every corner of the workforce. White-collar workers are spontaneously quitting jobs. Parents are at a breaking point. Hourly and service employees are overworked. And healthcare professionals are coping with the exhaustion and trauma of being on the front lines of the pandemic. But none of that adds up to having to learn a new dance when you don't have it in your heart to dance? None of that adds up to having to lip sync along to a song that you wouldn't even listen to during the day because you're sad boy time? This is hard life right here. According to a recent report by the venture firm Signal Fire, more than 50 million people consider themselves creators, also known as influencers, and the industry is the fastest growing small business segment, thanks in part to a year where life migrated online and many found themselves stuck at home or out of work. Throughout 2020, social media minted a new generation of young stars. Now, however, many of them say they have reached a breaking point. In March, Charlie D'Amelio, I don't know how to pronounce her damn name, TikTok's biggest star with more than 117 million followers, said that she had lost the passion for posting content. Last month, Spence Waugh, a 19-year-old TikTok star with nearly 10 million followers, announced he'd be stepping back from the platform after a spat with BTS fans. To honestly, never go toe-to-toe with the BTS fans. They will gut you alive. They don't even care. They don't even care. A lot of older TikTokers don't post as much, and a lot of younger TikTokers have ducked off, said Devron Harris, 20, a TikTok creator in Tampa, Florida. They just stopped doing content. When creators do try to speak out on being bullied or burned out or not being treated as human, the comments all say, "You're an influencer. Get over it." And that actually is the correct answer. The majority of influencers are fake it till you make it human beings anyways. You faked it to a certain point. You had zero care of being real up until you made it. And now that you made it and you're tired of faking it, now that you're tired of faking that happy lifestyle, you want to get over on being depressing? No, papa, you're an influencer. Get over it. Like literally, the majority of influencers are fake as hell. There's a documentary on HBO about faking the funk and how much goes into faking it as a damn influencer. Like, get over it is the actual answer. If you're burnt out, take some time out. Or find a deal with, go reach out to BetterHelp and get a sponsorship deal and pivot the way you influence from influencing people to dance and be happy to become an influencer pushing the depression industry onto your fan base. But yes, get over it. You're an influencer. What you have to do is influence. And if you're going to be depressed, you better get into the depression influencing business because you are an influencer. That's what you do. You're influencing people. Either get over it or get under it. Shout out to this. Who the hell is this guy? He's just chilling in his damn room with what is, I think, a fish tank. Or is that a fish tank or is that some sort of hot pot? Is he making soup? What's going on there on a damn desk? Waleed Muhammad, 21, moved into a 5-bedroom house in Los Angeles with other Gen Z creators in May. And that looks like depression. Yes. Might as well shit in your bed right now because this is sad. Courtney Nwakedi, 23, a YouTube star in Los Angeles, said that seeing other creators discuss burnout and mental health has helped her process things. Man, how beautiful do you have to be able to get paid, to be sad, and leave? Is this a candy wrapper on the floor? What is this? It's the pretty life. Living the pretty life. Even when I look sad, life's not so bad. This is a reflection in a mirror taken by the cameraman while she's sitting depressed in her bed. This is very artsy, this mirror pic right here. Very, very well done expression of sorrow. I'm not going to read the rest of this. I just thought, I'm sad. And I posted perfect. Even the burnout in this is fake. The influencers are so fake, they're faking depression. If you're depressed, I bet you these shoes here on the floor weren't here. I bet you they placed the damn shoes and whatever this under the bed to make it look unkempt. I'm sorry. They put the damn fuzz roller out on the counter to make it look extra depressed. Depressed. Yes. What the hell is some naked dude chilling? Is there balls showing over here in the fucking bed while she's on the floor? Hey guys, I'm depressed. So I put my Nintendo Switch on the bed while I sit on my phone. This is fake as hell, dude. This mess is fake. These are all influencers. Okay? They know exactly what goes on, and every photograph matters. This mess was made to make you feel their depression when you viewed this. This is sick. This is sick. This is amazing. Oh my God. Can we start a social program to give handouts to the influencers so they don't have to worry about posing in trash just for their photographs? This is not real. This is not real. None of this. Her hair is done perfectly and her room is a mess. They posed for this. Perfect hair, shoes on the floor, towel under the bed thrown there before the picture was taken in the mirror reflection. Fake as fuck. This guy actually does look real depressed. I'll give it to Waleed Muhammad. You a real one, Papa. But everybody else after this, they're straight up depression mode bullshit status. Oh my God. Oh my God, Becky, look at that butt. I need y'all to blow this up. Is Billy an influencer? I always feel influenced after listening to him talk. If I was an influencer, see, I am the opposite of an influencer, okay? I cleaned up this space behind me before I went live so you wouldn't see, I don't know, some Magic the Gathering card boxes laying around. The 3 card boxes I have on this table were placed there perfectly to hide the depression going on in this room. Oh my God. When's the OnlyFans dropping? Not literally Billy the Fridge on the fans. I'll start posting sick stuff to the fans when I get 20 subscribers. You know the rules. Dirty. Nah, but like if you feel influenced after talking to me, it's because I have like a main directive, okay? I try and push positivity because the more positivity I put out into the world, the more positivity I tend to get back from the world. That's why you might feel influenced after you're done talking to me or listening to me or watching me. It's just a simple formula. It's a simple formula. Oh, let me see what else we got here. My time has come. Oh. So yeah, this is some interesting news. Disclosed.tv says just in. Text messages unearthed days after Biden's emotional Tulsa speech decrying racism reveal Hunter Biden used the N-word multiple times in banter with his white lawyer. Oh, God. All right. Daily Mail, UK. Hunter Biden addresses white lawyer as the N-bomb multiple times, used phrases like true dat N-bomb, and bantered, I only love you because you're black, in shocking texts unearthed days after Joe's emotional Tulsa speech decrying racism. Little heads up. Hunter Biden, if Hunter Biden is the only way you can attack the president, like, that's just pretty good things for Biden, right? Yeah, he raised a son who was addicted to crack and prostitutes and other terrible things. But why can't you like find dirt on Biden? Like, if we voted for Hunter Biden, that's a different thing. I'll be the first to tell you Hunter Biden's he's a crackhead, guys. He's a crackhead. Text message obtained by DailyMail.com reveal Hunter Biden used the N-bomb multiple times in banter with his lawyer. The president's son, 51, flippantly addressed corporate attorney George Mazires, who was white, by the racial slur, with phrases including true dat N-bomb. Chosen! Cheers, brother.
Chone funded $5. You are positively sexy.
Thank you, brother. Oh my God, this one's in December 2018 conversation. Hunter asked Mazires, "How much money do I owe you?" Because spelling is wrong. Because N-bomb, you better not be charging me Hennessy rates. Holy fuck! What the fuck? Hunter Biden is the guy that we saw a damn sex tape with him. I think it was a 3-way, and then there was a stuffed Squirtle in the room as well. Hunter Biden, scumbag. Bit of a scumbag. In another chat a month later, Hunter cracked jokes about his penis and then told Mazires, I only love you because you're black. Hunter Biden is one of those people that, like, while you're hanging out with him, you're devising an exit strategy. You're like unless he's paying you to be there, and then you know that you can leave whenever your time's up, you're like thinking of, oh my God, I gotta tell him my dog got hit by a car. I gotta pretend to get a text from my, I gotta go. My dad accidentally ate an entire poop and I had to go pump his stomach. And Biden's like, oh, are you sure? I got some more crack. Like, nah, I wasn't even here for the crack, Hunter Biden. I gotta go. It's so annoying when you interject with frivolity. The Chicago lawyer replied, Crackhead Hunter Biden joked about his penis and then told the lawyer, I only love you because you're black. And the lawyer responded with, it's so annoying when you interject with frivolity.
Chone funded $5. Hunter Biden is not a sweet boy.
Not a sweet boy, Chosen. Hunter Biden is literally that privileged little brat that got his dad bailed him out of every trouble he'd ever been in. He never learned a damn thing about like personal responsibility. And he makes jokes like this because he thinks he's funny and he's so privileged. Nobody told him, dude, you're not funny, because he was paying them to be around him, including this lawyer. This lawyer could only muster up, it's so annoying when you interject with frivolity. The damaging texts have emerged just days after his father, President Joe Biden, gave a speech decrying racism on the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa massacre. Like, have the conversation you want about Hunter Biden all day long. But like the fact that he raised a crackhead son, like his living son is a crackhead weirdo that nobody wants to hang out with. unless they're getting paid to hang out with him. Biden, as a father, Biden probably was a terrible father. Probably. You could say a lot of things about Biden as a father. But as a president, throwing this at him days after decrying racism, I don't see the connection. I think it's kind of corny that you want to connect that to the speech. Hunter also saved a meme with a photo of his father hugging Barack Obama with a caption describing a joke conversation. And the joke this is so tacky, trashy. Hunter also saved a meme with a photo of his father hugging Barack Obama with a caption describing a joke conversation. Obama saying, "Gonna miss you, man." Joe saying, "Can I say it just this once?" Obama says, "Sigh, go ahead, Joe." Joe says, "You my N-bomb, Barack." That is cringy, corny. Like, I wonder if he saved this meme and then sent it to his dad. Like, "Hey, Dad, look at this one." It's so corny and cringy. So corny and cringy. Hunter Biden used the N-word multiple times in conversation with his white $845 per hour lawyer. His text message... Was he paying $845 an hour to have this conversation? Like, tell me this was on the books. Tell me he was paying $845 an hour to shitpost this lawyer. The shocking text may prove embarrassing for his father, Hunter Biden being a crackhead, having videos of him with prostitutes. All that is embarrassing enough. This is embarrassing, yes, but it doesn't take away from Joe Biden's speech. Joe Biden's speech ain't shit unless he spends the next 3 years working towards the message he spit out at the anniversary. If at the 103rd anniversary, there's not some sort of work done after Biden's speech, that's what you fucking comment on the speech about. That it was just pandering bullshit, right? He has sought to portray racial justice as a top priority for his administration. Maybe you could start by letting some people out of jail that got put in on those third strike rules that you put into place 20 years ago. Biden. The president's son joked in a January 29 text to corporate attorney George Mezires about a big penis and said to the lawyer, "I only love you because you're black and true dat N-bomb." In another text a month earlier, he wrote to the Chicago lawyer saying, "How much money do I owe you? Because N-bomb, you better not be charging me Hennessy rates." Could you imagine the type of person Hunter Biden is to be able to afford an $845 per hour lawyer and use this conversation amidst it? This is so stupid. Mezires replied, "That made me snarf my coffee." I want to see Biden's damn sext messages with the prostitutes. If he's this cringy talking to his lawyer, the sex that he sent to those prostitutes must have been hilarious. Must have been hilarious. That's what I'm saying, N-bomb, cutting off the actual slur mid-word, then texting a picture to Mezires. Everybody around him wearing masks. Him just like, fuck it. Text messages recovered from Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop show the president's son, pictured last month, used the N-bomb multiple times in casual conversation with his lawyer, George Mezires, who is white. Yeah, this is cringe, corny, trash. The picture was not downloaded on Hunter's laptop, from which the text exchange was recovered by Daily Mail. Mezires replied, "Why are you so tan? I'm sorry for texting you accidentally. That was meant for another friend named Georgia," Hunter replied. That's a prostitute name, isn't it? Why is like, I'm sorry for sexting you accidentally. Okay, hold on. He accidentally sexted? Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God.
Andrea Marie funded $5. Hunter. Billy you my nacho nah.
Nah, man, I'm nacho. I'm nacho nah, Hunter. Okay, I got to read these. I skipped over these thinking it was everything else. This is him talking to George Messiahs. George saying, there's zero coverage or pickup of the story, Zip. They spent a shit ton of resources on it, too, for a year. Wow, thank you, Michael Cohen. Middle finger. Oh, and you, too. How much money do I owe you? The lawyer responded, middle finger. Because, N-bomb, you better not be charging me Hennessy rates. That made me snarf my coffee, says the lawyer. Who says snarf my coffee? This is already cringe. I just made that phrase up, by the way. I should have nagged your lineage. You did not make that up. This is, okay, this is maybe the most offensive thing of all these tweets, is that Hunter Biden's claiming to have invented the term Hennessy rates. Like this is offensive. The lawyer says, clever son of a gun, because he's getting paid to say this. Biden says, it's wasted on you. Apparently you do. That's what I'm saying, N-bomb. Why are you so tense? I'm sorry for sexting you accidentally. That was meant for another friend named Georgia. My girlfriend, in parentheses, sent me a holiday card. Where do you find unconditional love then, George? God loves unconditionally. Oh my God, this is so cringe. He brings up Bo. Is this before Bo died? His brother Bo? God loves you unconditionally. Bo loves you unconditionally. Children are too young to understand what it means, but you will show them? Why are they talking about children being too young to accept Hunter Biden's love? There are ideals of unconditional love that serve as proxies. I don't have many. You, God? What the fuck is this? Oh my God, N-bomb, did you just use a fictional character from the imagination of the collective frightened and my dead brother's unconditional love is what I should rely on? And my kids aren't children, George? His lawyer talking about his children not loving him, and Biden, ever the gentleman, calls him out on the bullshit. Oh my God, this is so bad. The lawyer responds, my parents' love was conditioned. This is sick and disgusting that we even see this pathetic conversation. My penis as of late has been unconditional. Hunter Biden is a shitty human being. That's why we are searching. Biden replies to the lawyer. That's why we are searching. Biden replies with, for my penis. And the lawyer replies, and we will always be searching. Daddy issues on both sides of this conversation are pathetic and horrible. It's big penis, George. They always find it. And I only love you because you're black. This is so cringy, terrible. The lawyer replies, it's so annoying when you interject with frivolity. True dat, N-bomb. But I'm done my rant from Hunter Biden. We will always be searching, says the lawyer. Hunter Biden says, to be serious for one more minute, my true and beautiful friend, the search is over when you finally realize that the unconditional love you give is the end of the search. The love we give without condition, that is the reward in and of itself, when you can say without exception that your love is given unconditionally to all, even those who hurt, and especially to those that seem incapable of returning it, then your search is over. Why did Hunter Biden just flip from dropping the M-bomb, talking about his dick and being a total piece of shit, to trying to give this Hallmark recital.
Joan funded $5. Hunter Biden as Al-Qaeda David.
For real. For real. Oh my gosh. There's so much so chosen. The picture was not downloaded on Hunter's laptop, which was the text. That is just strange, man. This is all just strange. Ugh. So fucking weird, dude. This is the lawyer he was talking to. Worst. Horrible. It's right here. Hunter Biden going on record. I smoked Parmesan cheese during battle with addiction. Yeah. You were carpet surfing for a crack rock, weren't you? You found a piece of Parmesan cheese on the ground and you thought, hot damn, this might be a crack rock and I'm going to smoke it. Carpet surfing is a very regular practice, and it was why I was banned from eating popcorn in my kitchen.
Seth Looks donated $5. Trump's kids are involved in all sorts and scams and crimes, taking money from charity, but Hunter dropping ends and banging hookers, not hurting anyone, is the problem.
I mean, Hunter Biden probably hurt a lot of people along the way. Probably created a lot of mess, and maybe even, if some of the rumors are true, used his power and position illegally. Like, I think this is being investigated right now. But Trump's kids being potentially horrible people should not be the litmus test of whether or not we accept Hunter Biden for who Hunter Biden is. Hunter Biden is a shit person as well. Like, it doesn't have to be a competition. It doesn't have to be. You can just accept the fact that Hunter Biden, if he was better at smoking crack and banging hookers, we wouldn't know about it, right? That's the problem here. He has every privilege in the world, and he still can't control himself enough to keep this off the plate of his father's being hit with this days after giving a speech to try and bridge the gaps of racism. And this is big news against him because he sucks. Because he sucks at banging hookers and smoking crack. Do better, hooker banging and crack smoking, please. President Joe Biden's son Hunter revealed that his addiction to crack cocaine spun so out of control that he would dig through carpeting to find anything that resembled crack, resulting in him repeatedly smoking crumbles of Parmesan cheese. Popcorn, also very smokable. I wonder if that cheese melts when it hits the pipe. Can you imagine Hunter Biden in his goddamn underwears, boxers, sitting at the TV, eating some spaghetti with the Parmesan, dripping off onto the floor because he's high off crack? Probably got some meatball Parmesan. And then he's high as hell and he's not hungry anymore. He just wants some more crack. He's ran out of crack and his delivery guy ain't there yet. So he's searching the ground for some damn crack and he finds a little piece of Parmesan from the dinner he ate last week. Hilarious. This is from an interview with Hunter Biden. This video was released back in May 26th of this year. This guy is a singer who got to, I think he was part of the inauguration event. Seems to be friends with Biden. They probably did drugs together, probably did hookers together. That's what you do when you do music and crack, right? You party. They probably partied together. But let's listen a little bit to this story.
It finally found me, in a motel room off of 95, probably the ones that you've driven past a million times. In there, on my hands and knees, sifting through the dirt of the floor to see if there's a last, a rock of crack cocaine for me to smoke.
This is real. Like, this is real. This is addiction. Carpet surfing is a real deal thing.
And you know what? I can look back on that now and see the level of degradation that I put myself through. But I look back on it and I think about the people that I've left, the people I've left behind in those rooms. And
the people I left behind in those rooms. I hope he goes in on that. Like, what did you do? Did you leave a shit piss mess on the prostitutes? The people I left behind in those rooms. Did you leave them behind because they're still addicted to the shit that you may have kicked? Is that what you're saying? Or did you do some nasty stuff in those rooms? I know you did some nasty stuff in those rooms. We've seen some of the videos. That being said, what do you mean the people I left behind in those rooms? Because if you leave it to the imagination, I'm going to think you were into some poo-poo, pee-pee, Chuck Berry nastiness.
They deserve our compassion. And I pray to God that if anything, that this book starts a larger discussion about the stigma around addiction.
My guy is pushing a book. Do you think this book will go to more crack parties, the sales of this book? What's the over and under on the sales of this book going to more crack parties?
And hopefully we can start to break that cycle of stigma and shame that keep people trapped in their addiction.
Absolutely. You know, you're using that word compassion. It's a word that I use a lot on this show.
Andrea Marie says, there are some things that should remain unspoken. Hunter has not become a better person. This is something a person who improved their life tremendously says, not a loser who is still a loser. I mean, Hunter Biden will always have opportunities to do whatever Hunter Biden wants to do. This is just another opportunity for him to sell a book. Maybe he does reach out and help people here. I think he'll probably just sell the salacious lifestyle of being addicted to crack to 40-something soccer moms that voted for his dad, right? Like, oh my God, I have a daughter that struggles with addiction. And then she'll read the book and be like, oh, my daughter was one of the prostitutes that you pissed on? Oh, fuck. Well, I already bought the book. Might as well continue reading.
And I felt like you painted some very compassionate portraits in the book of some of the people that you encountered, you know, during your worst times of addiction.
Yeah.
You know, you painted some characters, but the one that really struck me was this woman that you named Rhea. Do you mind if I ask you about her for a second?
Yeah, I named her Rhea because of all the diarrhea I left on her in that hotel room. We had eaten some Parmesan pancakes the night before. The pancakes were a little runny, and you know what that means. The fiber doesn't collect, and it really becomes a disgusting display the next morning. I called her Rhea because she literally was an avatar of diarrhea after I was done with her.
No, I would appreciate it. I someone that I still have a deep amount of respect and love for.
You know, I try to talk about.
Okay, so I was totally off the mark on that being her name for that reason, I think. But we'll see if they talk more about it.
On this show and through my songs and through the work that I do, you know, you see people out on the street, homeless, addicts, mentally ill, whatever it is, that's somebody's son, that's somebody's daughter. And a lot of these folks, there's a story that led them to that moment. And they're so many of them are working so hard every day just to try to survive and improve their circumstances. So I really appreciated that portrait. Did you debate whether or not to put Rhea in the book, or did you always know that you had to include her in your story?
Well, now I want to read the book so I can know more about Rhea, because they're not going in about Rhea here. I need to know what the hell's going on.
Well, I felt like I had to include her in my story. What I wanted to be able to do was protect Rhea's identity as much.
I wanted to protect Rhea's identity. Now I'm starting to think she got the name Rhea because he covered her in diarrhea. Like I'm very intuitive, guys. A lot of times what I say is jokes, but unfortunately, because of how intuitive I am, I tend to tell the truth without knowing it. I'm like Sherlock Holmes in his prime.
As possible, because I didn't want to out someone as it relates to their problems and the amount of attention that would bring. But she was a huge part of my story. You know, I say in the book, and I say all the time, is that Rhea is the real life representation of the person that you passed on the street 1,000 times.
Sure.
And sometimes are repulsed by, sometimes are scared of, sometimes are empathetic towards.
Okay, literally, I'd be repulsed of, scared by, and empathetic to a woman covered in diarrhea. I really, really think that I nailed it on the head with this one, and I hope I'm wrong. Like I really hope I'm wrong. I think Hunter Biden did a wet doo-doo in the hotel room based on what he said so far.
But I know this, is that Rhea is a full person. She
Sure.
is a incredibly intelligent, incredibly funny, I mean, stand-up comedian funny.
Is it Rhea Perlman? If it's Rhea Perlman, you think just dropping Perlman off the name is not going to let us know it's Rhea Perlman? Dude, if you took a dump on Rhea Perlman, Hunter Biden, we're going to find out. Give me that laptop. I need to know if Rhea Perlman was in that laptop.
She maintains a sense of respect for herself and for the people around her. And she's done it all with not even 1/1000th of the advantages and that I've had in my life.
Right.
And no shit. You've had 1,000. If you didn't have the privilege and advantages that you had, Hunter Biden, you would be in jail under one of the many laws your father enacted in the early 90s. You'd already have 3 strikes your way out. You wouldn't have big business deals in China under the idea that you're going to hook them up with your papa. You have so much opportunity. It's just it's an embarrassment of riches. And that's why I have no problem making fun of you. I really want to read your book right now, though. I need to know more about Rhea.
And it's those people that I have the greatest amount of respect for and the greatest amount of compassion for.
Sure.
I think we all were able to pass Rhea and see the woman that I saw. We would be able to start to maybe do something for a hell of a lot of people that just are still out there that just don't think that there's any hope for them. I don't think any hope for them beyond the drink or the drug that's at the front of their brain.
You know, it reminds me, I don't know if you're a fan. Have you heard of the singer John Prine? You like John?
John, who just passed away.
Yeah.
But, John Prine, my...
Andrea Marie says, Hunter said, respect the chocolate fountain coming out of my butt. Rhea.
Andrea Marie funded $5. Hunter, respect the chocolate fountain coming out of my butt.
Oh my God. Oh my God. If I have to go with Trish Paytas and do the ghost scene with Hunter Biden's chocolate fountain coming out of his butt, tell me Rhea is Trish Paytas's alias and Hunter Biden done did the goddamn pottery wheel with her. Tell me.
Angel from Montgomery.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite John Prine song, made famous by Bonnie Raitt, but he's got a hell of a lot of probably one of the best songwriters in the last 100 years, in my opinion.
I agree. You reminded me what you were saying of him because Angel from Montgomery, but he's got a song called Sam Stone about a Vietnam veteran who falls into addiction, and he's got a beautiful.
How much crack does this dono keep from Hunter? Every $5 you send will keep one crack out of Hunter's pipe, and it will replace it with one Parmesan off of Hunter's carpet. I hunger for your touch. Everybody watching, if you haven't liked the stream, like it again. Just, for me.
Beautiful, beautiful song. My favorite song called "Hello in There." Where he talks about you pass somebody on the street and you see these hollowed eyes.
Chone funded $5. How much crack does this dono keep from Hunter?
$5 takes one crack and puts one Parmesan cheese. It's that simple, guys.
And most people just walk by them and never think, that's
and do the walk on by. Most people just walk by people on the streets and never think about the trouble they... Dude, I have been in the trench with drug addicts. I have been in the actual trench with terrible, addicted, shitty people and sadly addicted good people. More than crack cocaine, more than whatever. And you know why most people don't think about them? Because most people are too busy living their own fucking lives. I was from a place of privilege where I didn't have to go worry about myself the next day because I was in my own personal spiral, and the drug addicts I was around were going to be a part of my life whether I liked it or not. Okay? You want to fantasize Rhea and her crackhead lifestyle that allowed her to sit in a hotel room and do cocaine with Hunter Biden. There's probably 1 million Rheas out there. And there's probably 1,000 Hunter Bidens out there who fund the party for a weekend. They come in with Papa's money and they give Rhea the ride of her life. All right. Yeah, they probably put their little peckers in Rhea's high fucking mouth or whatever it is. But she literally is used to doing stuff with the lowest of lows. And when you get one person who's a low life that comes from high society, when you get a high society low life, that tends to be the shining example of your addiction riddled shit life. And then you go back and you continue doing the drugs with the dregs of society. And every once in a while you get high up. One time I let Hunter Biden take a gigantic diarrhea shit on my chest. I've been there with drug addicts. It's just the way it is. So yeah, you want to fantasize. You want to have 40-something moms buy Hunter Biden's book and fantasize about this poor woman who struggled with addiction and probably got $300 to $400 worth of crack to let Hunter Biden do whatever weird shit he did to her in front of a Squirtle. A Squirtle. How does he not get some disease from smoking Parmesan? The smoking Parmesan, it fizzles before you can really inhale most of it. You're probably fine with the Parmesan. Crack actually, I think, gives people a little bit of a superpower. They get high alert. They get that initial rush. What you trade for crack, you get a big initial boost in existence for a slow decay of your self and health. But you always fight for that boost, that 15, 20 minutes to an hour, smoking that rock. You could smoke $200 worth of crack in a weekend, or you could smoke $200,000 worth of crack in a weekend. The party just gets bigger. It's beautiful.
A person in there, and he encourages you to look at that person and say hello in there. There's a person, behind those eyes.
I'll tell you what, there is a moment in the book that was exactly that for me, which was my salvation, because I was those hollow eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I had literally decided that I had nothing left to try for. When I know now that I had everything left to try for.
Mm-hmm.
Eloquent. With eloquence like that from Hunter Biden, I can't imagine this book would be anything less than an epic page turner. I was that person. I thought I had nothing to live for, but then I realized I have everything to live for.
And I became those hollow eyes. And I sat down across from a woman that I, by no rights, should have been within 100 feet of.
Uh-huh.
She was able to look past those hollow eyes and see something in me that I that I'd given up on, the thing that my brother saw in me, the thing that my children saw in me, the thing my dad saw in me. And she was able to help nurse me back to health. And if it wasn't for that compassion, wasn't for that courage that they all had, I wouldn't be here today. I know that for certain.
Okay, now I want to read the book to see about Rhea. What's Rhea up to now? Did you leave her behind? She saved your life, and now you hopped off her, wrote about her in the book? Tell me you're giving her a monthly stipend or something. Privileged ass Hunter Biden. Tell me if she's responsible for your ascend back to the top of the mountain, that you're keeping her on the payroll. At least give her a damn government contract somewhere. Pretend like she does something. Collect that check.
And Hunter, you're talking about your wife, Melissa, right?
That's exactly.
Uh-oh. Thank you, Chosen. Thank you for giving to the Salvation Fund, Chosen.
Chone funded $50. This is for Hunter's salvation. What a terrible and struggling life he has had to endure.
I agree. Thank you, Chosen. You've inspired me. Thank you though for the support. We just saved Hunter Biden's life a second time tonight. Thank you.
Exactly right. Yeah.
I love that part of the story because, love in whatever form it comes is healing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, we're talking about that and we're talking about John Prine. Is there any music? Because I know you're a music.
All right. I'm not going to listen to Hunter Biden's music talk. I just want to see him talk a little bit about the crackhead lifestyle. We got to learn about Rhea, and the crackheads are humans too. Of course that's true. Like I said, some of the people closest to me in this world battled with addiction. Some people who were close to me in this world still are battling with addiction, and they're no longer close to me in this world because you can't be a part of that. Like, addiction is a very personal journey. It's rough, man. It's rough, man. But hopefully, you make your way out of that journey and you're better. At the end of the day, I hope Hunter Biden's better. Whether he is or not, ain't gonna change my world. He's gonna continue getting all the opportunities he's getting. He's probably a multimillionaire with or without the addiction. You think he's a billionaire? How much money do you think Hunter Biden's worth? Let's go into Hunter Biden net worth. See what Google has to say. Hunter Biden net worth. Used to chase acid? Damn. Who is Joe Biden's son Hunter, and what is he worth? This is way too long. I just want to know how much money this fucking guy has. In 2006, Hunter Biden, together with his uncle James Biden, acquired hedge fund group Paradigm Global Advisors, making an annual salary of $1.2 million, according to Politico. So he's making $1.2 million a year in 2006. No way he smoked all that away. Paradigm Global Advisors, LLC. Hey, nice. They got a little global advisory group right before Obama got voted in. Wish I would have bought stock on that one. Founded 11/13/2000. They got this started before the Clintons were out of office, right? AMC Entertainment, $45. I don't know. Long story short, y'all. That's the way the Dipsy Doodle works. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. You're a rich girl. You're a rich girl. You can rely on your old man's money. You can rely on your old man's money. I need Hunter to sign my copy so I can then tear it out page by page to wipe my butt on the toilet. I bet there's a ton off the books money too. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. He had millions, but is now worth 17 rocks. Thank you, Chosen, for that up-to-the-minute financial news on Hunter Biden. I could believe that. Oh. Danny Ferrari V6 says, do you believe in aliens? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's unreasonable not to believe in aliens.
Chone funded $5. He had millions but is now worth 17 rocks.
My hair's pretty long. I'm not sure exactly how long. You can only use his book as TP for diaries. Nasty for the diaries. The diaries. Diaries. Nasty. 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 Why do you say this nasty stuff today? I wrote that song for you guys. I think I've gone through everything that I had lined up tonight. This will be the wind down segment, and then we'll probably call it a night here pretty soon. I'm out of delicious beverage. I seem to have missed a call from my papa. He's worried about my back. I got in a car accident a week and a half ago, and my back was pretty stiff and sore, and I could barely walk by the end of the night, but during the day I was better. Might have been pushing myself too hard. Last couple days I've been very easy, and I'm not. Yeah.
Chone funded $5. Your hair is a 20-pack PF ramen.
Ramen noodles for hair? Yeah, I got the 20-pack ramen going down. I don't know. I probably should have gone to the emergency room so I could milk the insurance money for what it's worth. But it was really bad. By the end of the night, I couldn't even really walk for a few days this last week. I just was too much pain. Too much pain. Do I believe in Bigfoot? I've been raised to believe Bigfoot was real. My papa definitely told me he saw Bigfoot when he was camping when he was younger, and I believed that he believed. I had never seen Bigfoot, but every time I'm driving through the woods, I'll look into the woods. I'll look and I'll stare and I'll be like, just hoping Bigfoot pops out, you know? I would love to meet Bigfoot one day. Maybe me and Bigfoot and Trish Paytas can do a podcast. Unlucky. Yeah, I don't know. I've been taking it really easy the last couple of days, so I feel like I'm getting better. But I'm thinking about going to a museum tomorrow, and I'm really worried that by the end of the museum walk around that I'll be absolutely destroyed. If that's the case, I might have to just go to the hospital. I probably should have went like a minute ago, to be honest. Hunter. Billy, I hear crack helps with a bad back. Yeah. People who do crack think crack fixes everything. When I was young, I had been offered around 15. I'd been offered by somebody really close to me, but was offered crack to help lose weight. And
Andrea
crystal meth.
Marie funded $5. Hunter. Billy, I hear crack helps with a bad back.
True. Ooh, woo, woo. Ooh, woo, woo. Yeah, Bigfoot would have a lot to say if me and Trish and Bigfoot did a podcast. Bigfoot would be like, you know what I hate? I'm like, what's that, Bigfoot? He's like, I hate where you're taking a shit in the woods and you got to pinch it off mid-step to go run off because you don't want to get caught on TikTok taking a shit in the woods. I'm like, yeah, I hear that, Bigfoot. I believe that to be true. You will make it. You will see. I hate that my volume was too loud earlier. I really wonder what happened with my audio settings to boost my volume so much. Boo. Even though it was like only a minute worth of talking. Now I feel like this whole video has been burnt because of that 1 minute. That's not what Bigfoot's voice sounds like. I've never talked to Bigfoot. I don't know. Ooh, isolation. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, everybody. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for the love and support tonight. Andrea Marie, Chosen. There's so many other people that showed love tonight, and I can't even remember off the top of my head. But Danny Melian says, what helps a broken heart? I'm going to tell you this, Danny. The best thing you can do for a broken heart is find something that you love that you can do alone and pour yourself into that. Something that you enjoy that you can do alone. Do everything you can to make yourself better and more connected to whatever that is, and you'll watch the pain that you're holding drift away. You'll forget slowly how much that hurts until you remind yourself. And then a byproduct of that is you'll be so into whatever you're interested in, whatever you're doing, that other people will start looking at you and they'll see you getting that happiness that's within yourself. And they'll be more intrigued by you and what you do and who you are, because you're finding a self-fulfilling source of happiness, and you'll attract a better breed of people. Do that, and that will help a broken heart. I do believe that will help. Chosen says, I threw money, but the viewers that didn't are the heroes. I cheated. Damn, Chosen. It's okay. I like the content it made would never fly on YouTube. Damn, the poser going hard. Good night, Corsets and Curls. Good night, everybody. Good night, Lise, Chosen, Isolation, Fix Soul, Andrea Marie, Why Am I Sticky, Danny, everybody. Have a good night. Good night, everybody. It's time to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, ooh, I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Carry on, carry on. Nothing really matters. Good night.